Town Arsenal 3-1 up against West Ham. When they were 1-0 down, I was like, oh my gosh, same old Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta has proved me wrong. Join me with my co-host, Simeon Uroh.
Yeah, so welcome to Sports Spectacular. Yes, we talk about Mikel Arteta and the exploit he's doing in the EPL. My very good friend here said that he's given Mikel Arteta and his young gunners up to Christmas, but they've proven him wrong. Let's go for this quick short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back from the break. You're still on to Sports Spectacular. Yes, of course, we are still in the season of merriment, the season where we eat a lot of rice, chicken, is it for Gary? Cassava. That's on a lighter note, man. You don't have any choice but to just smile. This is a season where nothing is amusing you, but you just have to smile because of what that December feeling, Christmas is all about. How was your Christmas? Let's start from there.
It's pretty good. I can't complain. Simple, basic, easy. And that's the best way to celebrate Christmas. Easy. With family, just, sit down, nice food, drink. Easy.
Okay, so for those of you out there, you still like to share your thought on how your Christmas went, you can still hit us up on all our social media platforms. But this is Sports Spectacular. Let us not be too carried away by the season. We're going to start from home. This is the last show or the last edition of Sports Spectacular in the year 2022. Yeah, by next week we'll be crossing over to brand new year by God's grace. Let's start from home. They say east, west, north, south. Home is the best. Nigerian Table Tennis Star Aruna Quadri has completed a move to Bahrain SAR 74. Ahead of next season, Aruna signed for the club following his departure from German side TTC Ransfudel Fuda Mazabel after playing in the Bundesliga for 2.5 years. So I was thinking that it was only football that has club, transfer, and the rest. And now we are talking about a table tennis star. In fact, is one of the best in the world and also the best in Africa, talking about this very young man. Now he has moved to the east from the Bundesliga. When we talk about the Bundesliga, it's talking about Germany and table tennis, not football. Now he has moved to Far East. This is linking us to Cristiano Ronaldo. Hearing that rumor that will be signing for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Your thought on that quickly?
I don't understand how you can go from playing Champions League football to playing for Manchester United to suddenly go into this.
On a lighter note, you say you don't understand. What Cristiano Ronaldo is looking for is Champions League football.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And that was why he had to leave Manchester United. That was why we are hearing different news. Yeah. Who knows? Do you know there's Champions League football too also in Asia? And Al Nassr might be playing this Champions League. But we are told that this deal is a whooping. The sum is outrageous. It's going to be collecting 200 million pounds, 200 million euros a year.
Yeah, but think about it. How can you move from that level of football you're playing, to playing World Cup football, to then going and playing? Right, then your teammates, none of the guys you normally play football against and challenge yourself against.
It will be teammates with Vincent Abubakar, the Cameroonian keeper. Yeah, it will be teammate with him. It's still rumor anyway. We are still looking forward to how through these speculations Cristiano Ronaldo moving from England to it's all about the money. Is 37, 38.
So there was talk about him going to Chelsea. And I also read something, I think a day or two ago, about how this was the reason why Tuchel got sacked. Was because he blocked the Ronaldo move.
Yeah, he blocked the Ronaldo move, and Cristiano Ronaldo is moving is making that move. It's all about the money, like I said. It's all about the money. You have won everything in Europe.
Could you imagine Cristiano Ronaldo playing for Chelsea in like January, the new year, playing up front? Okay, Aubameyang or Ronaldo up front. Who would you prefer?
I would take Cristiano Ronaldo.
This is my point. This is my point.
Let's go on to the next news. We are coming to that too. I know we digress a little. We said we were going to start from the home front, but we're already talking.
Congratulations to that young man that's made the transfer course. You know, will that benefit his career? Will he? Obviously, he's one of the best players in the world. Will it benefit his career?
Yeah, you know something. It will benefit his career. It will benefit his bank account. You know, there's no player, regardless of whatever sport you are into, that leave mainstream Europe, because this one is more or less like a Cristiano Ronaldo leaving Manchester United, going to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabian League, and this one is leaving the Bundesliga league, is leaving the Bundesliga in Germany and is going to Bahrain. So there's no player that will leave Europe and go to Far East for peanuts. So it's for money. Obviously, it's for money. That's why the likes of Oscar, Ramirez, they left Chelsea and they went to Shanghai, Chinese league, and the rest. So let's give you one more news before we go for that quick short break. You know, the MPFL is on break, and we're hearing rumors that it will kickstart by on the 8th of January. That's next year, and we're hearing so much rumors, but let's give you the news that you can use as regards that particular report. The MPFL season is set to commence next year. This was made known by the IMC Benga Elegbeleye after the body's intense meeting and club representative in Abuja during the week. We understand that the MPFL will kickstart the 2022-2023 season in January 8th. How possible is this? And we are hearing that they want to reschedule everything so that we can meet up with all the season will end by June, so that they can also end by June. So how possible is this? Because it's more or less like 6 months is gone from the season. Because the 2022-2023 season in Europe, in other leagues, have started already. This is the second half. By January, they are entering the second half of the 2022-2023 season. But this is when the Nigerian Professional Football League is starting, and they want to end by June. How possible is that?
And if you pay me enough money, I'll give you the answer. Otherwise, I don't know.
So England Jones, my very good friend here, said he doesn't know. Neither do I. So we'll go for a very quick short break, and when we return, we'll talk more of Nigerian news and also the RCIP Cup. Stay right there, we'll be right back. I have here my co-host Ingram Jones. Enugu Rangers Abdul Mekaba has called for a better organized NPFL where teams are aware of modalities and formats and league calendar against the current system where players and coaches are unsure of what lies ahead going into a league season in Nigeria. You know, I was telling you before we went for that quick short break that the season, the 2022-2023 season has started already all over the world. But Nigeria, we are starting in January. So this coach, Abdul Mekaba, is saying that there should be a restructuring. So how does this affect our football?
It's not just your football, it's just sport in general. If it's ad hoc. We'll start this day, we'll start that day. Coaches can't have an idea of how to plan. You're preparing for a tournament, then you find the tournament's cancelled, or it's been rescheduled for another time. It's very upsetting for players as well. It needs to be organised. Once it's organised, then the players are organised, the teams are organised, and then you produce organised squads, which then organised squads will help for the national side. Everything you're doing is really to boost your national side. If that's disorganised, if your club setup is disorganised, it doesn't bode well for your national side.
So you heard it from my very good friend Ingram Jones. We have to be organized. Talking about organization, this brings us to the RCIP Cup. We went some weeks back. I went, we saw, and we came out with something tangible for sports spectacular fans. When we talk about organization, it is well organized. So how well do we look at the RCIP Cup, and what is the plan for next year in terms of organization and the structure?
Well, a lot of the organisation and the planning was from what I learned in England. And I've been in this country now 2 years, so I was able to get the best of what I've done in England, and then what I felt was falling short here in Nigeria, put it together. And so now you have to have continuity. So we've done this program over a 6-day period. We had the young people in classroom studying over the 6 days, and then we had them playing in the final afterwards, which was brilliant. But now you move on from that. So RCIP, as I remind you, is reduce crime, increase participation. So we're going to continue doing that program, running it once a week in the classrooms, and then they continue doing sport, and then we'll get these young people into an academy. Okay. So we'll have an academy where they'll continue to play the sport, continue to get mentored and tutoring, and getting supported as well. And then we're going to run a program, hopefully, for 15 to 18-year-olds. Again, these are all government school children, so they'll get to do things like coding, online gaming, so stuff like that. So it's about continuing to give these young people a brighter future.
Brighter future. So it's all about continuing to give these young people brighter future. Now we talk about the age factor. You know, in this part of the world, you know what I'm talking about. In this part of the world, you see a footballer, you see those in sports. They see that controlling the age change in this part of the world. In this part, yes. Yeah. How do we? Is it that you are going when you say age 18 downward, or how do you call it again? Is it that you're going to get the birth certificate and know? Well, won't there be a manipulation of this? That's not going to work,
right? That's not going to work. The birth certificate. So for those people obviously watching the show that are not from Nigeria, so you could have young people that are in junior school that could be 15, 16 years old. So, and they haven't even got into secondary school. So, what do you do there? So my solution would be to work with those young people that are obviously need to develop, need to catch up. They're the ones you really want to be reaching out to and tackle with them, work with them. So those would be the young people I'm looking for. Of course, when they're bigger and stronger at that age, you can use them if they're good for sport as well. So you just have to be careful though, with the age group.
Okay, so you just have to be careful for their age group. I'm still hoping, I'm waiting for that time where Nigeria in every sporting event will come with the right age. I know we're already getting there with the MRI bone test, MRI test. You see players now coming, you see them doing what they need to do.
The one thing that's upsetting for me is when you see a young person that's 14 and 15 years old in their right category playing sport, and then you've got somebody who's 19 years old playing 12 and 13-year-olds, and then the coach is celebrating that. I mean, what do they get out of that? Celebrating mediocrity. I don't understand it.
We'll go for this short break, and when we return, we'll cross over talking Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, Graham Potter, and also Cristiano Ronaldo. Stay right there, we'll be right back. A lap of the show, and my very good friend here, my co-host, as we may have it, Ingram Jones, is still in the house. So while I was singing the praise of Mikel Arteta, that is going to do the Leicester, my very good friend here came and said that it's giving Arteta till Christmas, and Christmas has come and has gone. Arsenal, they still remain on top. Ingram Jones, let's start with you. With the way these guys are going, talking about Arsenal, the young gunners, they are tearing everybody apart. The big question is, who can stop Mikel Arteta and the young gunners?
Let me stop you there. Now, the World Cup year, I think it's the first time, in my knowledge, that the English Premiership has stopped because of a World Cup.
Okay.
So that's the first. And it's also the first year that, for a long time, the Arsenal have been top of the league. And everyone else, and majority of the other teams have not been playing very well.
Really?
Yeah.
Manchester City have not been playing very
Manchester
well.
City is.
Haaland has been.
Wait. Hold on. The rest of the Premiership. Is Man City not the rest of the Premiership? It's one team, Man City. Liverpool been up and down. Okay. So Newcastle are flying. It will be interesting to see how Newcastle do against Arsenal. Now, I'm not backtracking here. I said Christmas time, and that's fair, right? Yeah. But this is, you got to cut me some slack. It was a World Cup year. Now, they could have got beaten during that period of time while the World Cup was on.
I think what's good for the goose is good for the gander, because Chelsea were fumbling before going into the World Cup. Graham Potter was being trashed. What magic, please? And now he has started on a winning note with clean sheets, 2 goals, winning Bournemouth. There you go. And I think the World Cup has been our saving grace. When I mean our saving grace, now I'm talking about Chelsea Football Club. But as a Chelsea fan, honestly, I won't hide it. I always say it anywhere I go. Can take it to the bank. I'm a Chelsea fan. But as a Chelsea fan, I want to see something that is a bit controversial. Looking at the way Newcastle and Eddie Howe has been playing. Of course, let me rhyme it. Eddie Howe, they've not been playing anyhow. So, looking at the way they are playing, I feel they should just, if it is possible, they should just take the slot of Chelsea playing in the round of 16. I think they will represent the EPL very well, playing against Borussia Dortmund. That's Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund. I think they will represent very well.
You're not backing the Potter magic.
Potter has no magic as far as I'm concerned. The only one that has magic is Harry Potter. And the very coach we have there in London is Graham Potter.
So you have a fake Potter then?
I will have a fake Potter. If there's no fake, there won't be original. Hopefully, he's going to look for the original Potter and seek for those magic.
The original Potter you had was Tuchel, and you got rid of him. And his magic stopped Ronaldo coming to your club. So I'll ask you the question again. Should Ronaldo have been at Chelsea?
Yes, Ronaldo being at Chelsea, goal-wise, money-wise, and for endorsement and everything, yes. There's no club Ronaldo will go to and it won't make impact, whether on the field of play or off the field of play. This brings me to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show concerning Cristiano Ronaldo. We're hearing that he's signing a contract with a Saudi Arabian club, and Al Nasri, to be precise, the former club of Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa. And we're hearing that part of the deal is for Ronaldo to take the bid, and Saudi Arabia, they are bidding for the 2030 World Cup. So Ronaldo is going to be part of the deal even when he retires, because we know, of course, by 2030, Ronaldo must have hung his boots. But part of the deal and what's making him go to the Arabian League, which is the Saudi Arabia League, to play football, is part of the bid for the World Cup. So you see, in a nutshell, Ronaldo going to any club. Cristiano Ronaldo went to Juventus. Their followers on Instagram were around 5 million followers. And Ronaldo came on the night at Juventus, and their follower on Instagram boosted to 20 million. So that's to tell you what Cristiano Ronaldo can do. So coming to Chelsea too, he will do his job on the field of play and also outside the field of play. Okay, let's hear your prediction.
Arsenal beats Newcastle. They'll go on to win the league.
Okay, so you're hearing this. He has given us a new exclusive. Of course, this is the last show of the year, but he has said that it is for the new year. If Arsenal beat Newcastle, they are going to win the league. Arsenal, they are still yet to play Man City, Manchester United, I mean the return leg, and Chelsea, Liverpool, and even Tottenham. So, but you are saying that Arsenal, in a nutshell, you are saying Arsenal will defeat these
If
teams.
they beat
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Wow.
I'm looking at form here.
So, Ateta, you've heard from your Arsenal fan that saying if you beat Newcastle, I believe the task is very, very easy comparing these other clubs that I mentioned. So if you can beat Newcastle, you win the league, and I believe nothing is too hard for Arteta to do this time around. That man is smelling blood. Before we call it a wrap on the show, I want to give you two did you know. One is on a lighter note, and the other one, of course, you need to know. Did you know that Argentina, they are the current world champion? And there's only one person from Argentina that didn't celebrate their triumph as world champion. And this person is Cristiano Ronaldo's girlfriend, Rodriguez. She's from Argentine. And of course, you know the rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo. So Argentina really, I don't know how she's going to celebrate. That's on a lighter note. But did you know that the hotel room occupied by Argentina legend Lionel Messi during the Qatar World Cup is to be turned to a museum center?
I heard. Amazing.
As we call it a wrap on the show, Ingram Jones, let me tell you something that our Nigerian people will always say. If you are big, you are big. This is how we're calling it a wrap on the show. Next time you'll be seeing us, we'll be shouting Happy New Year. As you see us, so we done the go.